there! It's so good to see you, friends! Ever feel something is hard to understand? Is learning computers difficult for you?
Don't worry, we'll make it easy for you. Let's go!
You know, you hear that saying, we're drowning in facts but starving for wisdom. And it's so true, isn't it? We are surrounded by numbers, words, and little bits of information everywhere. But what does it all actually mean? How do we go from just having a bunch of random facts to actually understanding something useful? Well, that's exactly the journey we're going on today.
Okay, let's start with a little puzzle. Look at these numbers on the screen. 45, 67, 89. What are they? I mean, are they temperatures? Maybe somebody's test scores? Winning lottery numbers? Could be anything, right? The thing is, without any context, they're just numbers. They don't really tell us anything at all.
Or how about this one? Ramesh, 78. It's another little piece of a puzzle. Is that his age? Maybe his street number? See, each one of these is like a tiny clue, but we're still totally in the dark about the bigger picture. So what do we call these random, unconnected bits and pieces? Well, in the world we're exploring, they have a very specific name. They're the absolute foundation of everything. They're called data. All right, so let's start right there. First up, what exactly is data? Let's break down these basic building blocks. It's actually super simple. Data is just a collection of raw facts or figures. And the most important part to remember is this. By itself, data has zero meaning. Remember those numbers we looked at a second ago? 45, 67, 89? That is a perfect example of data. Just raw, meaningless facts. But, you know, nobody just wants a pile of raw data. That's not the goal here. So, how do we make it useful? This is where the magic happens. We add the secret ingredient, meaning. And when we do that, we get information. So what's information? It's what you get when you take that raw data and you process it. You organize it, you arrange it in a way that suddenly, click, it makes sense. It's that aha moment when data stops being random and becomes both meaningful and actually useful. And it all boils down to this simple, powerful formula right here. Data plus meaning equals information. Seriously, this is the key to everything we're talking about. You take raw, kind of messy data, you add some context or organization, that's the meaning part, and boom, you get structured, useful information. Okay, remember our little mystery from the beginning? Ramesh and those other names and numbers? Well, look what happens now. The moment we put them into a simple table with clear headings like student name and marks, everything changes. That random data is suddenly transformed into crystal clear information. We instantly know exactly who scored what. No more guessing. Okay, so one of the simplest ways to start bringing order to all this data is by using a really powerful but simple tool. Let's talk about sorting. All right, check this out. We've got a list of sports gear and how many of each we have. Now, yeah, this is technically information, but it's all jumbled up, right? It's really hard to glance at this and see what we have the most of or what we're running low on. But watch this. The second we sort it, from the smallest number to the largest, the answer just jumps right out at you. Instantly, you can see, whoa, we only have 5 badminton rackets. And hey, we're swimming in tennis balls. Just that one simple act of organizing created knowledge you can actually use. And really, there are 2 main ways to do this. There's ascending order. That's going up, from smallest to largest, just like we did. And then there's descending order, which is the opposite, coming down from largest to smallest. Which one you use, it just depends on what you're trying to find out. All right, so we've got our information nice and organized. The next step is making it super clear for everyone to understand. So, what are the best ways to show what you know? Well, there are a bunch of ways. Tables, like we've seen, are awesome for showing exact numbers. But sometimes the picture is way better for explaining something complicated. Maps, obviously, are perfect for anything to do with location. And pictograms, which use little symbols, can make data feel really intuitive and easy to grasp. The real trick is picking the right format to tell the story your information has. Okay, time for a new challenge. Let's get into some spy stuff. What if your data isn't just messy? What if it's actually in a secret code? Let's solve a quick puzzle and see how we can turn that code back into something clear. So here's our code. We have this little symbol and then a string of numbers, 8, 5, 12, 12, 15. Right now, this is just gibberish. It's a secret message that means absolutely nothing to us, until we find the secret to unlocking it. So, how do we crack it? To turn this code into actual information, we're missing one really important piece. Any guesses what that might be?
We need the key. Of course, the key is the rulebook that tells us how to translate the code. In this case, it's pretty simple. Each number stands for a letter. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, all the way to Z. This is our bridge from confusing data to clear information.
And now that we have the key, we can crack it. Let's see. 8 is H, 5 is E, 12 is L, another 12 is another L, and 15 is O. Put it all together and we get hello. See, we just took a totally cryptic code and turned it into a simple, friendly word. That's the power of having the right key.
So, okay, this has been fun, but why does any of this really matter? Why should you care about sorting lists or decoding messages? Well, it's because this whole process is about one thing, moving from a pile of raw facts to making smarter decisions.
The journey really looks like this, every single time. First, you collect the raw data, all the facts and figures. Then, you organize and sort it to find the patterns hiding inside. After that, you show it in a clear way, maybe in a table or a picture. And the final, most important step, you use that clear information to make better, more informed decisions.
When you boil it all down, it comes to this. The whole reason we process data is to make information that's clear, organized, and useful. And this isn't just some boring textbook idea, you know? It's a real, practical skill you can use in your daily life and your studies, everywhere.
So I'm going to leave you with one last thing to think about. What about the data in your life? I'm talking about your daily steps, the money you spend, the songs you listen to, all of it. What kind of powerful story is hiding in all those numbers, just waiting for you to organize it and bring it to light?